Nothing is more repulsive than having a self-entitled adult 2-year-old whining and howling about how they're being so terribly victimized by other people's lawful right to not be their financial asset and household accessory. Women wanted this life and pushed hard to achieve it, even to the point of suing men's and boys' clubs, groups, and companies to get it. Now, they are crying about it. As far as dating and being stood up, welcome to what every guy has gone through at least once in their lives at the hands of women. The first woman and the 46-year-old woman had decades to get a man. I'm sure many men wanted them and expressed that to them, so I find it hard to care or have sympathy for their situations and choices that have them where they are now. It's funny how today, women can openly admit that she is tired of being a strong and independent woman for 40 years. Now she wants a man in her life to take care of the chores around the house and be a convenient handyman because she is tired or unable to perform these chores herself. Notice how there is no mention of love or a sense of respect for the man who would be in her life. It is all about them, their convenience, self-entitlement, and validation. Leave these modern women alone to live the life they choose to live. They wanted equality and independence from men. Now they have it and they hate it. Fellas, go travel, meet women from other countries, have fun, spend your hard-earned money on yourselves, and enjoy your life without their madness and chaos. Leave these Western modern women alone to be with their cats and boxed wine. Any woman that says she is strong and independent, don't help them. Don't date them. Don't do things for them as a coworker and treat them like another bro. She wants that equality. She should get it. Guys, remember, when women ask why men don't ask them out, they're not talking to you. They're not talking to me. They're talking to Chad and Tyrone about the bank account, the six-pack and the Bugatti. Joe Schmo isn't even a consideration. Most men have just decided to stop accepting women's double standards. You all decided you don't need us, so we have decided to leave you to your own devices and be as independent and strong as you choose to be and take care of everything on your own. Maybe someday when you all wake up from your delusion and make a real heartfelt apology for taking us for granted, we'll come back and accept you back into the fold. Until then, good luck, ladies, and don't forget to feed your cats. What man in his right mind would pick up the old trash that was used up by other men and toss it on the side of the street? That's what a recycle bin is for. Men should get their passports and find a traditional, feminine, fit, supportive, appreciative woman who values their men and family. Women leave men for the most trivial of things and have nothing to offer themselves except perhaps intimacy and notions of entitlement. We're going to discuss 7 reasons why men are weary of women and why women are making it easier for men to go MGTOW. What if I told you that a modern woman will likely dump a guy after a seemingly insignificant incident or for the most trivial of things? It shouldn't come as a surprise given how commonly this happens now. But let me give you guys an example in order for you to better understand and visualize this. This is only one reason why finding a good woman may be so difficult for males. We're meant to be in a tolerant era, and most people concur that consumerism is bad. But it appears that many contemporary women are still materialistic and willing to dump a guy for the most trivial reasons. At least he has a running vehicle. The windows can move up and down, there is air conditioning in it. It takes you to many destinations, but you throw the person out because the car is too old. A car is difficult to replace, but a shallow woman is incredibly simple to change. Think about that. This makes males doubt the ability of a nice, devoted girl to care for and support them. The most sensible decision a man can make is to simply refrain from dating because it appears that the concept of having a good relationship is slowly fading into obscurity. Women can be self-centered and not care for equality. Men are growing weary of modern women, as seen by the aforementioned anecdote. They may be so unreasonable with men, yet men only expect simple qualities like support, loyalty, and understanding. However, the majority of women today are unable to even do that. A woman is just not good enough if all she offers you is intimacy and talent in bed. We are constantly being encouraged to think about this by the media and other contemporary notions. Observe the adverts and billboards in your neighborhood. There are lots of semi-naked women, which causes both men to view women as treasures and women to objectify themselves. Not only do large corporations exploit women's beauty to advertise their goods, But every day, girls also subscribe to feminist ideologies and publish provocative images on dating apps in an effort to be accepted. They do, however, also lament that men, particularly the desperate ones, objectify them. She is a 304 if she behaves like one by walking, talking, and acting in that manner. Men are sick of the way the modern dating scene treats them as throwaway objects. Women are over-influenced by popular culture. As much as women want their ideal man to have a certain personality, it is simply the result of social conditioning from Disney and Hollywood films. It's all about material stuff, consumerism, and materialistic notions that revolve all around us. Instead of a man who manages his finances well, Chad and Tyrone are more exciting for the average woman. Most likely your current vehicle serves your needs well, negating the need for a second one. You'd rather invest in something else or save the money you'd be using for the car payments. Men are quite straightforward, however. Women often become weary of their purchases quickly and crave new things. Do not forget that women make up the majority of consumers in the economy. So, it makes sense that they always have enormous bags with them when they visit a mall. Of course, if the guy falters at any moment, the girl has the right to consider other options. I'm not denying that. Women's selfishness encourages men going their own way. Long ago, the majority of people accepted the notion that women are naturally valuable, and males are forced by nature to establish their own value. MGTOW accepts the unfairness of life. Unlike contemporary women who seek out the best men without contributing anything of value to the relationship, the majority of men put a lot of effort into developing themselves and adding value. And you know what? When they go home from work after a long day at work and are in a relationship, they don't consider mistreating their partners. Men who are committed to a partnership strive to support their families and do not mistreat women or young people. Truth be told, all men want is peace. A man needs to be in a position of leadership, but the boss babe narrative is being advanced in today's world to convince women that they don't need men and to even denigrate them as filth. Be honest for a moment. Not all men and women are good people, and I'm not claiming that every woman is materialistic 304. I base my decisions on facts. I want you guys to recognize the trends and follow them. Of all, being a man is not simple, especially in today's society. Due to unpleasant dating experiences, unfounded accusations, or simply because women don't provide anything to the relationship besides intimacy, many men have already welcomed MGTOW. It's normal to think about going your own way for a bit, if not permanently. If you're a man and all the women you wind up with are entitled and annoying, they seek good men while they case Chad and Tyrone. Some women continue to ask where the good men are, despite all the evidence urging males to avoid the dating scene. The good men are not in outer space or on a barren island. You were unaware of them even though they were and are in front of you. I firmly believe that women should learn how to appreciate being alone rather than hopping from man to man and feeling frustrated that they can't find a partner, just as many men are learning to do. This is why MGTOW is so powerful. A good dose of isolation and reflection would be beneficial. Instead of focusing on themselves to improve what they have to offer, they would rather fantasize about the qualities they want in a partner. Although these women frequently voice their complaints, do they make every effort to improve themselves? Not at all. Men are realizing they didn't need to put women on pedestals. It's not enough to just work out and put on more makeup, particularly if they do it after running into the wall. Women only need to keep their beauty at the age of 18, whilst guys are literally nobodies. Men are beginning to realize the truth and are no longer ready to treat women like idols. Women shouldn't be exalted since they're just like everyone else and they also make mistakes just like everyone else. For example,